Hey folks, we are live. I'm Luke T. Barnett. Today I was going to have a guest, Jonathan Morton, but as you can see, it's just me today. I think there's some kind of mix-up or something. I'm not sure, but we'll see if we can get a hold of Jonathan and get him back on. So anyway, today, since it's just me, I thought I would color pencil. They're all over my house. I have kids. So anyway, just thought I'd give you a status update of what's going on with me. So currently I am still working on Half-Orc Kindred. I've had to rearrange some of the chapters to make more sense out of it, but it's coming together now. So I'm working through those, and pretty soon I'm going to finish working through the actual story itself and continue writing it. I have an editor lined up for it, so this one will be edited, and Lord willing, I'll be able to get the last one, the first book, edited as well. We'll see how that goes. I'm currently broadcasting on a new laptop that I'm actually not going to keep because it's not much better than my other one. There's my other one, and it likes to print out. The screen does if I don't have it at a certain angle. And the battery doesn't work on it, so I have to keep plugged in constantly. Other than that, it's about the same as this machine. A little heavier, a little bigger. So I don't really see the point of paying for this machine. So I'm going to send this one back. Anyway, as far as writing goes, so I got Half-Orc Kindred I'm working on. Excited about getting that done. Timeline-wise, I'm thinking maybe September. Have it done, edited and everything. We'll see. Lore balls. I'm also working on Mutant Girl. I'm working on revising that. I've had a lot of trouble with that one because I've had a lot of trouble with the main character's motivation. I had a long conversation with my wife about it, and she gave me some pointers and what she feels is the problem there. But I have a better plot than it was before, for those of you who read it. Excuse me. Anyway, so working on that still, a little bit by little bit. And there's Keystroke Medium has put out a call for submissions to their space opera anthology that they're putting together. So they've done a fantasy anthology, a near future anthology, and now they're doing a space opera anthology. So that's what I've been waiting for, and I've been writing something since they announced the near future anthology. So now I'm cleaning it up, filling in the holes and stuff like that. So doing my rewrites, and hopefully that'll be in there. If it gets accepted, that's great. You know, my plan is to just submit it and do my best to forget about it. I don't know how successful I'll be at that, but just leave it be. And then if it gets in, then it's a nice surprise. And if not, then I'm not too terribly disappointed. So I'm cleaning up, working on that. I'm thinking that it might tie into my later Star Trek versus Star Wars series, or it might just be practice for that. I'm not sure. But working on that. Let's see what else is going on. So I've done some basic plotting on Star Trek versus Star Wars. Just some character profile stuff type of thing. Some thoughts on the universes, how they got to be where they are, how the different elements came to be. So just some minor background plotting on that. I'm excited to start that project, but I want to make sure to get what I'm doing right now done first. I recently got some feedback on my Crash and Jade series. It's very negative, constructively negative, but it is negative. So I've got some work to do on that. I want to revise the last one I put out, Whispers, because I feel like it could be more done with it. So I'm going to put that out. I'm going to try to revise that and get that out. And after Kindred is finished, I'm going to work on the final 3 Krause and Jay stories, get those out, and then put all the Krause and Jay stories together into one anthology, or collection. I'm not sure what you'd call that. Maybe someone else can chime in. If anybody's watching the live chat. But I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, then that will that storyline will be folded into the Half-Orc Saga series. Saga. And I have glare on my glasses. Probably annoying. That's the computer screen. Why is the computer screen glaring on my glasses? That's really stupid. Okay, whatever. But then, and then the Half-Orc series will continue. I have some other series in mind that could tie in to it. In one aspect, part of that series, a short story in that series, has already been issued to my my email list. So if you're on that email list, that's one of the first stories you'll get. Is that short story that I've written, and that will have some link. It already has. I'm already planning on having a link to Crouch and Jade series, and it will ultimately tie into the Half-Orc Saga. But it's going to be its own series too, and I'm not sure when I'll do that. But I'm definitely going to take care of my main series first. I don't want to leave that hanging. So that's what's going on with that. I've considered getting. I've been toying around this idea in my head about mentorship. There are people in the entrepreneurial world that are mentoring each other. There's a guy named Pat Flynn. Maybe many of you may know who he is. This guy named no, I can't think. Michael Hyatt. These guys are great entrepreneurs, organizational coaches, things like that. So Pat Flynn, I come to understand that Pat Flynn is being mentored by Michael Hyatt. Michael Hyatt, I'm sure, mentors many people, but I was thinking about authors and how new authors could really use a mentor to help them through to learn the trade, especially if they're indie, probably traditional too, because I don't have that, and I could really use that. So if I could do that for other authors and give them that opportunity that I haven't had, I think that would be great. It would form relationships, if nothing else, and people could get some guidance who are really trying to make a living off of this and who just don't know where to go. So let me know what you think about that in the comments. I'll be glad to. I'll be glad to take your ideas and just think about them. So that's what I've been toying with. I'm not sure how I'd go about it, how I'd go about monetizing it. It's just really in the very initial stage, just thoughts in my head right now. So I'm just trying to think of what I'm reading right now. I'm working through Galaxy's Edge series. I've got, I think, one more book to go. I've been listening to it on Audible, and they do 2 books at once. So the last book is Retribution. I'm not sure if there's a book in between Retribution and Message for the Dead, but if there is, then I'll be listening to that one too. I just gotta get it. So speaking of audiobooks, so my wife found this thing called Scribd, Scribd. It's cheaper than Audible, and they have a huge selection according to her. So I may go on there. So definitely check that out. If you are looking for audiobooks, but you can't really afford Audible. See, so as far as audiobooks for my own books, I would love to do that. What I'm doing right now, I'm working on getting a Kickstarter thing started. It's not up yet, so don't go looking for it because it's not up yet. Patreon's up. I'm gonna go support me on Patreon. That's up. You can go find me on there. I believe the links are in the notes below. But Yeah, so I'm gonna make a Kickstarter. I'm thinking about doing that for to fund the editing for the first half workbook, and then do one again for the audio version of Half Orc Redemption. Because what I want to do, if I go into Audible, I'll be locked in for 7 years if I do a royalty split, and I don't really want to do that. I don't want to limit myself that way. So the other option is, I mean, there's options like Tor Audio and Tantor Audio, sorry, Tantor Audio and uh, Podium. But from what I understand, they have to find you. They have to call on you, and maybe if you have a connection, then you can get in. But you got to have some extraordinary work. So I'm not really banking on that. Um, the other option is Findaway Voices, which you can pay the narrator. Which you can do this through Audible too. You can pay the narrator up front for the cost of the total work, and then you keep all the rights, and you can sell it wherever you want. But obviously that's going to be expensive. Rates that I saw could be anywhere from $150 per finished hour to $400, $500 per finished hour and higher. So obviously I try to go for the cheaper ones if it's a well-known narrator, if it's a good narrator. Doesn't necessarily have to be well-known, but it's just a good narrator. But that would be, I mean, it's epic fantasy, so it's 140,000 words. So you take 150, well, I don't know how long. It'd be about an hour for 150 words. No, I think it's like an hour for like 10,000 words. So times that by 14. So 150 times 14. That doesn't seem right either. Anyway, it's expensive. So I thought a Kickstarter would be a good idea for that. So just keep an eye out for that. You know, I'll announce it on Facebook and on a mailing list. But I would like to do that. I mean, if I could get the funding for that, you know. We're a single income family of 5, so you know there's not a lot of money spread around. You start any business, it takes capital, and I have very little capital right now. So they say you got to spend money to make money. I got to have the money to spend first. I'm not going to go into debt for this. I don't think it's right to endanger my family for that. So we're going to try the Kickstarter, see how it goes, see if the Lord blesses that. So that's where I'm at. Lots of ideas, lots of desires to write, lots of things. Not a lot of time, not a lot of money, but at the Lord's pace. If you haven't checked out Knights of the Dawn King, it's a great Christian fantasy, excellent writing, much better than mine. Definitely check that out. The author, Scott E. Stabler, is working on the second one right now. He's working on a sequel. He's just burning through it. He's doing great. He does all his own artwork. Check out knightsofthedawnking.com. That's about all I got right now. I finished reading the Story Thieves book series to my family, to my boys. If you haven't read that, definitely read it. Check it out. As a writer, you'll love it. It's middle grade, but it's very well done. Another good series. Well, I would say series is the Powerless series by Matthew Cody. I like the first 2 books. I haven't read the third because I didn't see a point to it because the second book wrapped up so well. And the third book is called Villainous, and it's where the main character actually becomes somewhat villainous according to the description, and I really didn't care to read that. But the first book is awesome. Second book is good. Not as good as the first book, but still good. So check those books out. Check out Galaxy's Edge. If you like Star Wars, you'll love Galaxy's Edge. And if you like military sci-fi, you'll love Galaxy's Edge. It's not all military sci-fi. Some of it's a bit space opera, but some of it's military sci-fi. Those parts are a little tough on me, but I can get through them. And I can find things I like in them. Okay, well, I'm going to sign off. Thanks for viewing. Thanks for all the views I've had on my videos past. It's great to see all those comments and views. I do read them. I thumbs up them. Sometimes I don't know what to say, so I don't respond. I'm working on that, and I'll work on just being more responsive and interacting with you guys more because I want to do that. So anyway, thanks for watching, and until next time, keep writing, keep reading.